So this transition area, what's important about it is at close of prior month, monthly VWAP. And if we were to get up to, let's say we were on a long and we got up to this big buy zone, we'll then put all the acceptance around there, big transition area, so we wouldn't be carrying along beyond that area. So that's all we need to know for now. So I'm very much looking for whether or not we get another move down. So we've gone into a complex phase. Remember that as of yesterday, we stopped paying attention to a lot of the transitions areas in here. You've got some algo behavior in here as well. You probably saw that quickly get soaked up as that market moved down and some size got on it. Someone's loading up on some long inventory at a discount. See how we got the heads up about that inside player? Just got to know who you're trading against. Here, you're looking at taking the other side of retail. Here, do not take the other side of a market maker. So starting to run out of steam here, I think, in relation to this order. See how then they just got rid of it. So, targeting that is probably not on the minds of any of the market makers, etc. now. You can see that we've got plenty of short inventory. And I was just referencing this before, that the sellers kept fueling this move to the upside. We don't obviously want to just assume that these sellers all of a sudden going to move on side. If the market has anything to say, well, the bigger players, they'd like to take them out. So flat now, just waiting for this to either break down. Now, if this breaks down, imagine if this sort of suddenly just rolls over. You might get a fast break, and then what can happen is that'll get bought up quickly, because what that'll do is just suck some more sellers in, and then you can get that catalyst to try to push some of these out, because they're not all of them are covering, but they might cover up a bit higher, particularly if we get into this lower acceptance. It may well mean that we first need to get some new short sellers in. So a quick roll. So that would not lead to me getting short. Now, that doesn't mean that on some sort of quick move I can't scalp a short. That's okay. I think that was fascinating, though, watching this all fall to the wayside and just seeing the market makers come in, and it was clear what was going on, but certainly not going to fade a grinding move to the upside. That first spike down that I talked about, if you chase that down, so see these bigger cells at the bottom, that's exactly that. Now that potentially is the fuel to help get out all the shorts in here. So here we go, like coming up with a script for a movie, isn't it? After a whole bunch of micro failures here and here, just got long now. That scenario couldn't have played out any more like how I described. We don't know if it's going to keep following the script, which was to now move into some of these shorts, push them out and drive us up, ideally through this gap in acceptance, or drop away in acceptance. Isn't that fantastic, just to be able to get to a point where you can just get an idea of what they're going to do and just enjoy it. Look at this shorting already at CME VWAP. So that's some forced covering, and that's probably the smarter of the group, simply because they're doing so ahead of VWAP, knowing that this is probably going to get taken higher. So you can actually use that covering there as a bit of an indication. Probably some smarter traders who are on the wrong side, and hey, it happens to me daily, so recognize what's going on, and so you can kind of work out how they're likely now to take that higher. That's out of left field, isn't it? That could actually be someone down here taking money off. Not seeing anything in the ladder that says, hey, it's all going to roll over. Yeah, here we go. All right, so not going to get greedy here, just looking really for expansion if we can get there, which I'll put it on all charts. As I said, I'm not entirely sure about this big number here, whether it was actually a long sort of covering, but covering in such a way to kind of telegraph to the rest of the market, hey, I'm going short, when in actual fact, they're just actually profit taking because they want to just get a bit of icing on the cake and take the market higher. So we got there up to that transition. It all started back here where that market maker came in. And then just through persistence, really, and just try to get to the bottom of what the game plan was, eventually enough little points that you can recognize, you can join the dots and you can see it. And as I said, it was a bit like a movie, just coming up with the script, and then we just watch the movie play out.